Okay, a very good morning, children. Children, in the previous class, we were discussing about the division of polynomials by two methods. The first method I discussed, it was factor method, where I said you can divide any quadratic polynomial. Only a quadratic polynomial can be divided by a linear polynomial by the factor method. And in long division method also I discussed the second method, long division. But in long division you can divide any degree polynomial by any other degree polynomial to find the quotient and remainder. Okay, those two methods had been discussed in the last class. So today let us discuss what is division algorithm for polynomials. Children, what is the meaning of division algorithm? It is very simple. From class 3 onwards we have been reading division, how to divide numbers and how to checking for division. What was the method? If I ask you, suppose divide 25 by 5, you can easily divide it by long division. 25 by 5, it will be 5 is 25 and the remainder is 0. This is the remainder and this is the quotient. Now see children, now how to check, how to verify whether our division is correct or not. How to verify? What is the process? The process is, you see, this is the divisor, this is the quotient, this is the remainder. What is the formula to verify? We multiply the divisor and the quotient, then we add the remainder. By multiplying the divisor and quotient and adding the remainder to the product, if we get what? If we get the dividend, suppose capital D stands for dividend, then only our division is correct. Here you see 5 into 5 plus 0. Look at divisor into quotient. 5 into 5 plus remainder 0. It is 25, which is equal to the dividend, and hence it is correct. I mean my division is correct. This was the process to verify or check division. The same process will be applied in case of polynomial also. Okay. So here we were taking only numbers, but in polynomial we will use symbols. Polynomial in variable x, y, z or any other variable. Now see what is division algorithm for polynomials. Suppose p of x, you see, suppose a polynomial in variable p of variable x is denoted by p of x and it is divided by another polynomial in variable x, say g of x. You see, p of x is one polynomial in variable x and g of x is another polynomial in the same variable x. Suppose on dividing p of x by g of x, we will get a polynomial which is the quotient. It is another polynomial q of x, and suppose the remainder obtained is r of x. You see, p of x divided by g of x gives you quotient q of x and remainder r of x. If it is so, then by division algorithm, this p of x will be equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x. Now this formula is known as your division algorithm for polynomials, and we use this formula to check whether our division is correct or not. That means after long division, yesterday I discussed in the previous class, I discussed how to divide one polynomial by another using the long division process. Suppose after dividing one polynomial by another polynomial using long division process, you will get some quotient and remainder. Now to confirm or to check or to verify whether your division is correct or not, you will use this formula. This is the divisor, this is the quotient, this is the remainder. If the product of divisor gx into qx, you see, if the product of gx and qx plus remainder, that is r of x, is equal to p of x, that means the dividend, then only your division is correct. Okay. So this is what known as your division algorithm for polynomials, which is particularly used to check, to find out whether our division is correct or not. Okay. Children, let me discuss another thing. Suppose you see, children, you know, suppose you are given, let us consider two numbers instead of polynomials. Instead of taking polynomials, suppose a number is 36. I will ask you to divide it by 9. You can easily divide and find the quotient. See, immediately you got the quotient, that is 4 and remainder is 0. Now children, if remainder is 0, on dividing 36 by 9, if we get a 0 remainder, yes, if we get a 0 remainder, then what will be our conclusion? Our conclusion will be what? What will be the conclusion if 36 is divided by 9? What will be the conclusion? We can conclude that 9 is a factor of 36. Okay, or we can say 36 is a multiple of 9. So what I mean to say, children, to check whether one polynomial is a factor of another, what I mean to say, children, to check or to find or to know whether one polynomial is a factor of another, what we have to do? We have to ensure that the remainder is 0. That means on long division or on dividing one polynomial by another, if we got 0 remainder, then the polynomial in the divisor column will be a factor of the polynomial in the dividend column. Okay. So this instead of number, if we take, suppose you see p of x, this is your g of x, this is q of x, and suppose the remainder is 0. Look at p of x is any polynomial in variable, any degree polynomial, say in variable x. It is divided by another polynomial g of x. Okay, such that the remainder is 0. If remainder is 0, see. If remainder is 0, we say that, you see, if r of x means remainder. If r of x is 0, then we say that g of x means this divisor, which is a polynomial. G of x is a factor of p of x. Okay, or we can say p of x is a multiple of g of x. Same condition. If gx is a factor of p of x, that means p of x must be a multiple of what? G of x. You see, 9 is a factor of 36. That means 36 will be a multiple of 9. Okay, this thing factor multiple we have been reading from class 5. Okay. So the same concept only in terms of polynomial. There we were discussing about number only. Here we are discussing in terms of polynomial. See. So p of x is a multiple of g of x. Now the last thing, you see, see, children, I said one thing, whenever you divide a polynomial by another, what will be the remainder? What will be the remainder? The remainder will be either 0, see, it is not necessary that the remainder will always be 0. It may be a non-zero constant also. The remainder may be a non-zero constant also. Now see, if the remainder is a non-zero constant, suppose it is not 0, it is say 2, the remainder is 2, what will happen? You see, if remainder is 2, what is the degree of this remainder? 2 is a constant, as I have told you while discussing constant polynomial. Since 2 is a constant, its degree will be what? Its degree will be 0. That means, what I want to say, children, if when we divide one polynomial by another, either you will get a 0 remainder or you will get a non-zero remainder. That means you will get some constant. And if you got some constant, that means you will come to know that degree of the remainder is what? It is less than degree of divisor. Okay. So degree g, if it is a constant, means it is a non-zero number. It is non-zero. Non-zero means not equal to 0, means it is some constant. Then its degree will be what? Its degree will be 0. That means on dividing one polynomial by another, the remainder will be either 0 or its degree is less than the degree of divisor. Because if it is a non-zero number, that means if the remainder is a constant, its degree will become 0. Its degree will become 0, and definitely that means if its degree becomes 0, that means its degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So that is what the principle. See, that means you can ask me one thing, sir, we will continue division up to what? Up to what we will continue? How will we know that the division has come to an end? How will we know that the division has come to an end? The process is, you see, look at the remainder. If it is 0, I mean if the remainder is 0, then the division is complete. If it is a non-zero constant, okay, if the remainder is not 0 but some non-zero constant, that means its degree will be less than the degree of the divisor. So the condition is, the remainder must be, this remainder must be either 0 or its degree must be less than the degree of the divisor. Then only up to that only the division will continue, and there you will stop. Okay, when you found that the remainder is 0 or it is some non-zero constant whose degree is less than the degree of the divisor, you will immediately come to know that my division is complete, and that is the final remainder and this is the final quotient. Okay. So this is all about your division algorithm, and whatever I wanted to say, how to know, how to check whether one polynomial is a factor of the other or another polynomial, one polynomial is a multiple of the other. This is the technique. You find the remainder. If remainder is 0, immediately we will conclude that the divisor is a factor of the dividend, okay, or the dividend is a multiple of the divisor. Okay, so this is all about your polynomials given as per your class 8 syllabus. Okay, now we will discuss some problems to understand the thing better. Okay, today let me discuss some problem again based on your long division process, because long division is a very important thing that will help you in class 9 and 10 also, because the same chapter polynomial you will find again in class 9 and 10 in a broad manner. Okay, so let us divide. Suppose you see x4 minus x to the power 4 minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Look at children. The question is divide. See. Look at. This is, and see whether this x minus 1 is a factor of x to the power 4 minus 1 or not. How to know? See. Look at this is the dividend, this is the divisor, or you can say this is the numerator, this is the denominator when we denote it by fraction. Okay. Now see, now the question is divide x to the power 4 minus 1 by x to the power minus 1 using long division process and check whether x minus 1 is a factor of x to the power 4 minus 1 or not. Okay, let us solve this problem. Now to divide, look at, this is a how many degree polynomial? This is a 4th degree polynomial because the highest power of x is 4. And look at the divisor, it is x minus 1, it is a linear polynomial because its degree is 1. Okay. Now to divide this, and you see, always keep one thing in mind, that whenever we divide two polynomials, they must be in the standard form. And it is clearly, both the polynomials are in standard form because their powers have been written in descending or decreasing order. Okay. Now see children, in order to divide this, look at x to the power 4 minus 1. This can be written as x to the power 4 plus 0x cube plus 0x square then plus 0x minus 1. See, because 0x cube means 0. First you write in standard form. It is given only power 4. What about power 3, 2 and 1? So all the terms, the coefficient of all the terms will be 0. Look at. So x to the power 4 minus 1 can be written as x to the power 4 plus 0x cube plus 0x square plus 0x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Okay. Now let us apply long division. See. So x to the power 4 plus 0x cube plus 0x square plus 0x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. See. And you recall the process which I had discussed, what I had discussed in the previous class. How to divide? Take the first term. It is x to the power 4 here, and here it is x. So divide the two in your mind or in the rough. So it will give you x to the power 3x cube. Now multiply x cube by x, then multiply x cube by minus 1. It will be x to the power 4 minus x cube. Minus x cube you write down here below 0x cube because these two are like terms. Now what is the next step? The next step is we have to change the sign. You see I am changing the sign. This plus became minus, minus became plus. Now it is cancelled. It will be x cube plus 0x square plus 0x minus 1. Now x cube again divided by x will give you what? X square. Now multiply x square by each term of the divisor. It will be x cube minus x square. Now you change the sign. See, I am changing the sign again. It is cancelled. This will be x square plus 0x minus 1. Again x square by x. It will give you plus x. So x into x is x square. X into minus 1 is minus x. Now you change the sign. Okay, this cancel. This will be x minus 1. See, at this step look at. Now at this step we got x minus 1. And what is the degree of this remainder? So now the point is whether we will carry on division or not. That is the point. We will continue the division process or we will stop here. How to know? See, if x minus 1 is the remainder, see, if x minus 1 is taken as the remainder, its degree is what? Its degree is 1. And what about the degree of the divisor? It is also 1 because it is a linear polynomial and it is also a linear polynomial. That means if x minus 1 is the remainder, its degree will be equal to the degree of the divisor, which is not possible. I said the degree of remainder must be less than the degree of divisor. That means the division is not complete delayed. We have to still carry on the division process. Now x divided by x, it will give you plus 1. Now plus 1 multiplied by x is x, plus 1 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 1. You change the sign. Yes, now you got 0. See, now we got 0. At this step we got 0. So 0 is the remainder. 0 is the, and this is the question, x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. So you see, on dividing x to the power 4 minus 1 by x minus 1, what we got? Since remainder equal to 0. Therefore, what will be the conclusion? Therefore, the conclusion will be, yes, x minus 1 is a factor of x to the power 4 minus 1. See, as I said, on dividing one polynomial by another, if you get 0 remainder, then only the divisor is a factor of the dividend, or the dividend is a multiple of the divisor. So this proved the thing. Okay, children, I hope you understood. Now let us discuss one problem on division algorithm. Okay, how to apply the concept of division algorithm in this particular chapter, that is your polynomials. Okay, this thing we will discuss it in another class. Children, I hope whatever I discussed you must have understood. Thank you.